And folks, welcome to the Chris Soriano podcast. I am Chris Soriano, your host. I have a lot to discuss on this episode of the podcast. This is the day before Thanksgiving, the 23rd of November, the year 2016, and we'll get into our what are we thankful for and all that fancy jazz, as every show kind of does, TV, radio, the what are we thankful for segment, and we will do that. Hair is looking better. Got it from my girl Amanda over at High Society Salon on Staten Island, 207 Old Town Road. Go check them out. They're fucking amazing because obviously my hair, for the first time in a while, doesn't look like it was fucking butchered by a drunk man with a machete. Anyway. High Society Salon, look them up. They're pretty great. So Trump today is making headlines. Oh, what a shocker. But the main thing is not his dressing down. Apparently, from what I heard, he just reamed the media a new asshole, which good for him. They're a bunch of liberal pussies, led by that little schmuck George Snuffleupagus, or Snuffleupagus, whatever the hell his name is, from ABC. I hate ABC. I like ABC 7, but I'm not really a big ABC fan. And if you know me, you know why, on a personal level, why I hate ABC. But, so, he said today, President-elect Trump, that he was not going to hire a special prosecutor to look into Hillary Clinton. Even though this was a campaign promise. This is what a lot of the people on the left are saying. Or these anti-Trump people. Oh, well, it was a campaign promise that he said he was going to lock her up, so why does he lock her up? See, it makes no sense. Not locking her up, but all these little liberal pussies over here. Well, he said he promised he was going to lock her up, and he was going to go after her. I don't understand. Trump can't do a damn thing right. He wants to be a nice guy and not look into her crimes that she committed, which he obviously did, and he will not go after her. And these people are still killing her. Oh, it was a campaign promise, and that's another campaign promise that he's failing. Shut up. But why is he doing this? Why is Trump not going after Hillary? Could be a couple of things. And I have a few theories here, so bear with me, folks. Number one could be that he knows for a fact that there's nothing to really get her on. Clear-cut evidence. Which I think is bullshit, but that's one theory that we're going to have. Amuse you people. That's one reason why he may not be going after it, because he knows that he won't have any clear-cut evidence. That's number one. Number two, he hears from the media or the Democrats that it'll look so disgusting and dictatorship-ish if he locks up his opponent that he was running against for president. And maybe he doesn't want that headache. That's two. Three, he could be doing this to pardon her. Which I think this would be a good thing to hear me out here. Says he's not going to hire a special prosecutor. But yet, he would pardon her when he gets in as president. So, a pardon goes on your record, obviously, and they're pardoning you of crimes committed or crimes that you may commit or may have committed. Makes Trump look good. He's pardoning her. But at the same time, Hillary will always have that blemish of being pardoned. While Trump will be like, hey, look, there's a Republican president who ran against this person, the Democrat, and he's pardoning her. Oh, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. Or he's not going after her with the emails and the Clinton Foundation because maybe there's stuff on Donald Trump that Donald knows if he pushes the buttons and goes after Hillary, he may also be gone after. Trump Foundation, Trump University, not paying his taxes. Trump is not a stupid man. He may say some stupid things, but he's not a stupid man. If he goes after Hillary Clinton and makes a big deal of the Clinton Foundation, well, they're going to go, hey, buddy, what about this Trump Foundation? What about Trump University? Yeah, let me take a look at those. So I think he's playing it right in that sense. But I think what we should get out of this is unity. And we should get the feeling of unity. Not this backlash that, he's not even going after her. Oh, he said he was going to go after her. Oh, what a creep. And then the Republicans, I can't believe. What do we have, Barack Obama as president? How could Trump not lock her up? Lock her up. And they're all out for blood and everything, and there's savages out there. Well, why not a little unity? He's not going after her. He won't hire a special prosecutor. He's willing to let bygones be bygones. It's called unity. To me, I have no problem with Trump not going after Hillary. I didn't necessarily think that he would anyway. Because I didn't think it would be... I mean, I would have loved to see it, but I don't think it would have looked good. And it would have been a really messy situation. So I'm kind of glad he's not, to a point. But let's look at this as a thing of unity, not let's divide it again and nail down Trump and go, oh my God, he's breaking campaign promises. So let me get this straight, you little Democrats. You want Hillary locked up? I don't understand what your deal is. They can't even comprehend the thought. Oh, and by the way, yesterday, Ellen DeGeneres could not get into the White House because she didn't have her ID. Isn't that amazing? Apparently, you're required in Barack Obama's America, and according to the Democrats, you are required to have your ID for everything. You have to have your ID present and required for everything, except voting. Maybe that's why Hillary is up 1.7 million in the popular vote. Show me an ID. Back after this.
There's a burger joint for you and me.
There's a burger joint for you and me.
Quarter pounders are all I see.
Quarter pounders are all I see.
Your orders, please.
Sound off.
Cream cheese and garlic.
Bacon mushroom cheeseburger.
Wasabi burger.
Salsa burger.
Honey mustard burger.
Cheeseburger.
Big appetites call for big burgers at the Burger Joint.
So I mentioned on the last podcast from the SiriusXM studios that we did it out of that I cannot stomach James Ellsworth. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. There is not one person in the wrestling business whose gimmick I despise more than James Ellsworth. I just can't. This human slug, alien looking, ugly. Oh God. I mean, listen. I'm not going to be on the cover of GQ anytime soon, so I don't know if I should be throwing stones here. But it just every. This is the gems. This is the James Ellsworth face. That's a stupid fucking face. That's his face. Every time. Oh, God. I can't stand it. It's so annoying. Really, God, it's so fucking annoying. I can't. But he played a role in Survivor Series, and I was actually, when I was getting off of working NFL coverage, it was wrapping up the Eagles-Seahawks game, and my coworker goes to me, yeah, Ellsworth is going to cost Braun Strowman, because we had the network on in the studio, and there was a backstage segment where he kind of stared down Strowman and this and that, and he's like, call it. And my man Russ, give him credit, called it, nailed it. And that's exactly what he did. And oh my God, you can ask my brother, I was cursing up a storm. I cannot stomach this guy. I mean, there's no chins. And then on SmackDown last night, he defeats Styles again. You know, I'm really just. They are burying and making Dean Ambrose look like such a loser that he's helping this loser. Two losers helping each other. And Ambrose, I'm getting tired of Ambrose. First of all, I never was a big fan of Ambrose. Really never a fan. He has his two moves. You know when he's going to do his, off the top, off the rope, in between the ropes, comes back, punches. He's so predictable. And I think his promos, quite frankly, make no sense. I don't think he's that good of a worker. And Ellsworth, please. I think he's the biggest waste of space in wrestling. But he defeats AJ again last night and gets a contract. I'm asking for anything at this point. Hell, I'm asking for the Bull. I'm asking for Santino. I'm asking for Eugene. That's how much I can't stomach this gimmick with James Ellsworth. I can't stand it. It's terrible. Hashtag not my superstar. Hashtag never Ellsworth. Back after this. So, Staten Island gets a bad rap with a lot of things that we just put on ourselves in terms of being Staten Islanders and the borough as a whole. But one thing that to me on Staten Island kind of brings people together is sports. And we have a very passionate fan base when it comes to high school sports. I used to do a radio show dedicated to high school sports on WSIA when I was there. We did it a 1 hour broadcast, recapped everything. It was mainly with the football. We started during football season. It was the PSAL Now. It was the PSAL Football Now that became the PSAL Now when we combined In the Dugout with Football Now. It became PSAL Now. And on Thanksgiving, we have the St. Peter's Eagles hosting the Tottenham Pirates at 10 a.m. And this is something that the schools do. It's a good thing that they do. It brings the community together. And you always wonder who would win between this PSL team and that Catholic school team. It's one of the biggest questions that are asked around the sports season in high school. With the baseball, you get the baseball every year. Who would win between Tottenville and C? Who would win between Farrell and Tottenville? Farrell and Wagner? So it's a commonly asked question. And then you get the same with the football. Who would win Tottenville Farrell? Who would win Tottenville Peters? Who would win C Curtis? Tottenville Farrell Curtis? All this stuff. everyone talks about it. And it's such a good thing that they do. Obviously, both teams have to be out of their playoffs by the time the game is. And this year, Tottenville was eliminated last week. Peters has been out of it, so they will play each other. And again, it's just something that brings the community together. It's another thing that Staten Island does right in terms of sports, specifically with the high school. And then you have, which I'm going to try and make it to the game, when tonight. And then I'm going to try and make it to the game tonight at CSI. Peters, Curtis, Thanksgiving Eve basketball game. To me, as a Staten Islander, and this shows you how wonderful this stuff is, the local flavor and the feel, I love it. I love it. Nothing screams Thanksgiving Eve and tells you that it's the Thanksgiving season more than Curtis and St. Peter's basketball. And the traditional Thanksgiving Eve game, which has been a tradition since 1946. 1946. We're now in 2016, and this thing is still going strong. And we've seen so many battles over the years between Curtis and Peters. It has been a battle. And let me tell you something, I had a lot of great moments at WSIA with the sports, with CSI. One of my highlights was broadcasting for 4 seasons Peters Curtis. And one year we actually even did, I think my last year we even did the JV game. It is just electric. The crowds are incredible. Sometimes the chants get a little too much, but the crowds are incredible. And the passion on both sides is just insane. Now this will be the first Peters Curtis game in a while without Rich Buckheit, who was kicked out the door. Let's all admit. I know some Curtis fans have a lot of and sucking up and trying to make excuses. Oh, Richie wasn't thrown out. No, he was. And Dwayne Archibald took the team. Which, listen, Dwayne is a fine coach. He did a great job on the JV level. But let's call a spade a spade. Richie Buckheit got thrown out. He was screwed out of his job on a technicality. And, they wanted somebody in there that was a teacher, and that's what they got. So this will be the first time in a while. You still got Donahue going strong for Peters. The guy is just an incredible head coach. And both these programs, again, nothing screams Thanksgiving Eve quite like Curtis and Peters. I'm going to try and go down to the games tonight, try and take some pics, try and take some video while I'm there. It is just an incredible atmosphere, and again, that's what I like about Staten Island. One thing that I really love about Staten Island is the sports. Whether it's just recreational or high school, you have traditions. Like with Little League, you have the President's Cup for all the major teams. You have the Little League All-Star tournaments, which are insanely popular. You have the basketball tournament, Staten Island High School basketball tournament in February with the basketball teams for PSAL and the Catholic schools. You have this, Peters and Curtis on Thanksgiving Eve. You have a Thanksgiving game every year. So it's fun. It really is fun. And to me, that's what represents Staten Island, the passion of sports and what sports can do to bring us together. And there are a lot of people divided in Staten Island about who they voted for, what political party they're associated with. But I can guarantee you this: Democrats, Republicans, Hillary supporters, Trump supporters will all be, well, I wouldn't say united because the Peters Curtis games get a little rough, but they will all come together to be under one roof and watch Peters and Curtis tonight in the annual Thanksgiving Eve game, which should be a classic. And I'm gonna go Peters with this one. I'm gonna say Peter's 67-62. I mean, I'm usually never on. I'm usually never right with the scores with these high school basketball games. I'm usually never right, but I do think Peters will win, and they'll win about by 4 or 5 points. Back to wrap things up after this. What we are thankful for after this. So, folks, it is Thanksgiving tomorrow, and what are we thankful for? Well, one thing that we should be thankful for is that we live in the greatest country in the world. And no, contrary to what someone's hat may have said earlier this year, America was great, America is great, and America always will be great. And what makes this country great is that no matter what political party that you're involved with, no matter what you think about the president, no matter what you think about politics, no matter what you think about the Congress, the Senate, or anything for that matter in America, you have the chance and you have the opportunity to voice your displeasure. Do I like Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem? No. Do I like other athletes doing it? No. But it's their right. The crowd booed Mike Pence. Was I a fan of it? It's politics. You have someone politically that you don't like, you're going to boo. And I had no problem with it. It's America. It's freedom. Now, was I a fan of the cast of Hamilton calling out our vice president-elect? No, I wasn't. But it's America. You can do it. You can do what you want. You do that in other countries, guess what? You're getting shot by the government. Not here. Not here. Now, what am I personally thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for having the family that I have that supports me. I'm also thankful to be working 2 great jobs in radio with Sirius XM and 2 good companies owned by Salem Communications and WNYM 970 and the iconic WMCA 570. The legendary call letters. I am thankful of all the players that I've coached this year. Thankful for being a part of the greatest Babe Ruth / men's league going today, Mid-Island. Glad to be a part of a tremendous little league in East Shore Little League. And more importantly, I'm very thankful for what was 11 months, a couple days ago. My girlfriend. My girlfriend Karen, who kind of knocks some sense into me sometimes. I can go off and think I'm invincible sometimes, and then I got a girl like her saying, no, you have to sit down and check yourself. She's my rock, and I'm very thankful for her, and I'm just thankful for everybody that I have in my life, which a year ago I don't think I could say that. Now I could say I'm truly thankful for the people that I have in my life now, and that's beautiful, huh? And I know, and I'm thankful for some football that we're gonna get tomorrow. Great triple header. Although I can do it at Steelers Colts, but you get the picture. In a country that has seen the most vile, disgusting, nasty election campaign to be our next president, and the divide that we have in this country. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter, blue lives matter, this life matter, that life matter. Shawnee lives matter. It's something to me that is troubling to see this much divide in our country. People wishing that our president-elect dropped dead. People wishing that our president now would drop dead. People calling his wife an ape in heels. That disgusts me. And it disgusts me at times, the country that we can be, when we show our nasty, disgusting, vulgar side. I hate that. But all of us should sit back tomorrow and be thankful that we're still here. You know, so many people this year have died of heroin overdoses in Staten Island. So many people, I can tell you, this has been a year that we've lost a lot of celebrities. Just be thankful that you have a heartbeat and you're above ground for this Thanksgiving. And no matter how miserable you think your life is, I'm sure there's someone out there that is thankful that you're a part of their life. And I know that you can say the same too. This has been the Chris Soriano podcast. I want you to enjoy Thanksgiving, folks. All right? And yeah, we love the food. We love the football. More importantly, spend it with your family and friends. And be thankful for everything. Everything. Even the littlest thing that you may have in life. Because everybody has something in life. I'm Chris Soriano. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll talk to you next week.